Aye. Top left-hand corner of the map. Let's start up here with our blue Protoss player, who has not had a good time against his opponent in recent history. Can he turn it around today? It is going to be herO, our blue Protoss. So we enter Whispers of Gold for map number 1 in the bottom right. The opponent is Clem. There's no surprise to be kind of on a losing streak against this guy right now, but man, gotta be frustrating for herO, who feels like he should win at least some of the series that he plays against him. And it's just not, like I say, really been winning any as of late. So we get started into game number 1 of our best of 3. Series number 5 today. Like I say, after this one, we are going to go through the rest of our matches. After this one, we go into the games that have played alongside the games so far. Look at this. herO already going to set up aggression down the left-hand side of the map. So herO going to be the aggressor to start us out. This obviously stinks of a second gateway attack, as there is gateway number 2 getting started immediately, so we'll get that started up. Probe is on the way up. The barracks and the SCV still coming through as well. We continue to get that all online. Probe comes around, it's going to get over to the sides again. Cyber corner gate coming up. Again, the orbital and the command center coming up as well. So that comes about again. A couple stalkers continuing through from herO. The warp gate coming up, and the second gateway is obviously going to allow us to be very aggressive as Clem does not know what's up either. He is building a bunker though. If that bunker gets online, then that's great. Stalker's going to make a choice right now. Chooses to hit the Marine first, then the SCV. Wouldn't have mattered. The SCV was never going to die before the bunker finished, and the Marine was never going to die before the bunker was finished either. So we do get rid of one SCV now. The Zealots and the Stalker together. We'll try and make this conflicting scenario, as we are going to put a bit more HP onto the command center. SCVs could jump into the bunker if they want to actually stay alive here. A little bit of micro from Clem that is not quite as good as you maybe sometimes expect, just because you expect Clem to really minimize so much of the micro that happens. Depot goes down. SCVs are going to pull down. Still more Marines coming out as well. We are going to be seeing our Cyclone and Marines still building. The depths are coming through. Warp gate is producing. SCVs will continue on forward. Just going to be seen again. The Marine in the bunker continue to try and fight back. Stalker and a Depth coming back through. Cyclone going to get a chance to jump onto this as well. 13 SCVs going down. This is extremely good damage from herO, who is probably just going to do enough to propel himself into a win in this first game. I mean, this is horrible for Clem. CC still not done. I mean, herO is obviously just expanding now as well. His own expansion will finish probably about the same time as the command center in the end, but this has not been it at all for Clem, as herO comes in swinging. And is, yeah, looking to get himself a nice little game 1 victory. Not much else to add. I mean, the depot's still down, so you can still access the main base. I know the Cyclone is building, but I mean, before that happens, we're going to lose more SCVs still. Adept is taking the SCVs for a walk. Yeah. Just going to target down a couple more workers. 2 more Adept show up. I'm just going to actually target to fire down some Marines. Another Stalker and the Natural is going to get some kills. It just doesn't stop. I guess the Cyclone here should be able to push that Stalker back, and this actually should be kind of the end of this for now, at least. It's herO. It's kind of down on army supply, so losing a little bit of army at the end, and maybe Clem can get a bit of a tank push going if we're going to try and do something in this game. Especially if we depowered that gateway and put you down to only 1 gateway as herO. There might be some opportunity, right? gonna say it's likely. I'm not gonna say it's the most kind of typical of outcomes from here, but yeah, maybe there's a world. Problem is, getting across the map is going to be extremely difficult for Clem as well. There's now those Marines get taken out of the bunker. We're going to lose one. We actually lose a Stalker as well, though. Siege tank does its job. It's hard. herO, Twilight Council done. Robo facility building. Just do not think there's a world he could lose this. Not unless this game somehow goes significantly longer than it maybe should. Yeah, the pylon is going to get the gateway. I mean, that's something for Clem. Like I say, maybe a push across the map, but the tanks can get into a good position. Maybe there would be some hope. So Clem's staying locked on. Going to be able to get the Stalkers a little lower. One of them just about getting out of there. Stalker's still staying pulled back. Just gonna see the rest of the Marines and the tanks moving around as well. More shots and against. I mean, Stalker's just buying time essentially. You got Immortal on the way, you got Charge on the way. Basically, a combination of things which makes it so you just cannot lose this. I would, if I had to guess how this is gonna end, I just don't know how to make this one exciting, guys. Has kind of just died in the early stages. Marines and tanks coming through. The Stalkers have to continue to back away. I'm in position to play denial of a third base, but I mean that's again a long way from what he needs here. And like I say, I mean, you look at Clem's army, it's unupgraded Marines and against, honestly, an extra warp in his Zealots, and you pretty much clean this up easily. Just need a few more Zealots. He's actually warping in the Zealots aggressively, so it's probably why we're not looking as comfortable back on the other side. herO's already in the main. He's already hitting these units as they try and get back home. Guardian shields up. The Immortal's going to put in some work. The tank move commanding is... yeah. I'm kind of caught up supply-wise, but supply means so little in the grand scheme of things here. GG's. And herO takes game number 1 and whispers a goal. Kind of a... this is going to be our red Terran player from Team Liquid. We have Clem down a game in this best of 3 against someone who he's been beaten a lot recently, so can he turn it around? Or is it going to be herO to bring us back in this series and to finally get some revenge against Clem? Jeff, Esource, thank you so much on the 47-month resub. Morning, Wardy. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Snowpiercer map is going to give us some time to play the figuring out game for a little bit. We're having our Reaper coming through, the Cybercore coming in, Pylon coming up as well. We're going to be having the probe in production. Wait to see where we go here in this one as our factory comes into play. So yeah, factory coming up. We're on the way. Obviously a little bit of aggression from Clem potentially with the double gas to start us off. Paper escapes out through the top side, heading down to the bottom left for the moment. And get straight across there and see maybe what he can do. Pulls back for a moment or so as well. I think I know what gate coming up, the Stargate coming through, the battery coming in as well. Just continue to get this settled in for the moment. Am I flying over for Home Story Cup? Yep, I will be at Home Story Cup. I should be at least. Starport about halfway done. The commands are still coming in. Wouldn't mind coming online. SCV producing. As our units of Clem continue down to the bottom left. So Ripper Helling going to move through. Doesn't know how they get into the main base. It's going to be seeing the probes start to take some damage. We can get a couple kills, but that's about all. Phoenix on the way as herO will look to shut down some of the Clem aggression in the skies. Stop that drop play. Phoenix are a typically very safe way to play. Mine burrows up over in the corner. Oracle heads to the upper right side. Gonna shoot Oracle and we'll drop a Revelation down so the Viking takes a little bit of a catch on there. The Phoenix coming through, the Twilight Council still building. Got the energy overcharge on that Oracle, so it's going to be very healthy and getting across the map. Lots of energy to utilize. Definitely one thing we can try and make use of as the Marines and the Cyclone gather up on that natural. And we got ourselves the Nexus building up on this third base, so herO gets that third base going as well. Stim combat and +1, all coming through. The +1 and blink on the way from herO as well, so that continues to come on out. Extra gates and probes going through as the battery and assimilator build from herO. So just getting all of that online. And with that +1 and blink, herO will be able to start taking some more control of the map. Also be able to help him defend against the bio attack. What's interesting, this is obviously now 2 Phoenix and an Oracle into that blink. It's just not a common way to play. It's actually a pretty scary way to play. Puts you in a little bit of a precarious position a lot of the time, I feel like playing like this. As that bio moves forward. And Stem Combat +1 will continue to come through. Just going to have a single Cyclone caught in the stasis, so Clem pushing. I do think this is a very flimsy timing for herO. I mean, he does not have a lot. 31 army supply. Blinkless Stalkers. Sets off the stasis ward here. I mean, these Stalkers don't have blink. I actually think we could fight this. I'm just going to load into the main base instead. I mean, I guess no blink, no mobility, so they're going to have to come in slowly, and now the rest units can linger out the front. Wait to make their move as a few probes go down already. Now blink is done, so it finishes up because Clem's obviously taking the slower approach to kind of doing something here. Is that Oracle locked onto is going to be chased. Clem's killed 9 workers, going to load it with one of the medevacs and escape to the corner. He's in the natural as well, remember. He's going to kill the pylon here. sends his Marines in to set off the stasis and will now pull across as the Widowmine connects for a Stalker as well. Clem has a pretty rough game 1, but herO's having a pretty rough game 2 as, I mean, Clem's reinforcements just stimming onto the natural is making this a very one-sided fight. He has some units from the other side from herO. Reinforcements from the third base are going to help, but a little late. I mean, he already took a lot of damage. That medevac boosts, and if we don't blink after it, it's going to be out of there alive. He does blink after it, but a bit too late. Maybe could have done a bit better a few moments sooner. Widowmine's connecting, the Zealots go down. Clem still reinforcing through the middle of the map and just sending this army out here. herO sends the Phoenix to the bottom, maybe trying to find the medevac that's low, but medevac actually did stop and unload, so that's not an issue. Maybe Clem getting a little bit overzealous with continuing to just rally forward rather than grouping his units up. I think he's given himself some fights where he's not quite as masked up as he perhaps should be. Portal coming up, Chrono boosting at the moment, the charge on the way, the +1 armor coming through, additional zealots in production also to have our medevacs continue to produce through the Widow Mines and Ghost Academy. In production as well, 2 more refineries coming up from Clem. Charge +1 armor coming over. Clem gets over to that far left-hand side. This one comes up the top and unload into the main base in a few moments. They're going to get that unload happening as the bio continues to the left-hand side. A couple of zealots are going to drop off. And we'll continue to trade. A couple of zealots falling already. SCVs having it peeled back as the Stalkers come back over as well. And a couple of those Stalkers going down. Actually going to chase the Prism down. Clem is going to find himself the 4th base quite comfortably. The Prism dead, so there goes a lot of herO's potential to kind of keep this going, unfortunately, as well. The mine shot still firing as the bio is going to kite backwards against those Zealots. Clem is taking some very good fights here, I think, at the end of the day, and it looks as though it's going to be good enough for him to continue through to, I think, victory in this game, too. I think we are going to get tied up and go to a game 3. herO's army trying now to get towards Colossus and some kind of splash damage is all well and good, but it's a little too late to really head to that stage of the party. Even turning here, Clem finds a Stalker. I continue to step up, just seeing the Stalkers and so still going down. Going to continue to stem forward here. A couple of force fields will drop into play. The bio continues to get up this ramp. The Immortals. First one already taking some damage. Bio just going to unload again. As the force fields fade, we'll have the chance to continue moving through. We're going to turn. Once you jump straight through this, the Colossus is going to go down immediately. The Immortal and the Stalkers all dropping. I mean, this is going to be a convincing game 2 from Clem, so herO's aggression wins him game number 1. But not from game number 2. We're going to go to this game 3, and a game 3 is, for the first time today, going to be quite exciting. Get rid of this next on the bottom side, and Clem is up 60 supply at this point. I see the bio still coming through, the violence still having dodged back, a bunch more Zealots coming through, the Disruptor coming out as well. And there's the GG to give Clem the game 2 victory. Alright, so we're tied up. Clem and herO, we go to a deciding map here. In the bottom left, our blue Terran player, this is going to be Team Liquid's Clem. In the top right, our red Protoss is herO. So game number 3. Excited to see what happens as we figure out who has the potential to go undefeated in this group, right? Run of this will be a favorite to kind of continue through, maybe grab first place. See how it goes down. Let's see, ready for the low ground CC, so we are going to go CC before the factory this time. Yo, Lucas! Thank you so much for the generous donation on the YouTube, on the Super Chat. $50 or thereabouts on USD, I think. Coming with the about 70 Singapore dollars, says, I think SGD Singapore dollars, right? It says, many thanks for what you do for the SG community. Can we get some love in the chat, please? Thank you so much, Lucas, for dropping a very generous donation on the YouTube stream. Thank you so much. And that's actually the first time. Cool to see that it actually works. The first time we've ever had the YouTube, the YouTube pop-up. The YouTube pop-up on the stream. I set that up a little while ago, a few days ago. It's been very quiet on the YouTube recently, which is all good. And today, it actually shows that it worked. I set it up correctly. Hell yeah. Amazing. Hey, thank you so much for the, like I say, extremely generous donation. Thank you so very much. Some love in the chat for the support. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting it. I mean, as always, this is a WardiTV event. I'm going to say it again and again and again, that without you guys, we would not be here producing these tournaments. Your support goes a long way, whether that's viewership or subscribing or whatever. It really does help us out massively, so thank you so much. Really appreciate it. As Clem loses the Reaper in the main base, that will go down. We get into a Widow Mine drop setup, it seems, in the near future. It is Blink from herO. The Widow Mine drop has good chances of succeeding. As yo, Sir Zergs a lot. Thank you so much for the 100 bits over on the Twitch as well. As a couple stalkers continue to move around. And yeah, Robo Facility starting up, Gateway in production. Getting that underway. The stalker continues to move about a little bit as well. It's just going to get on the move there for now. We have our stalker on the right side, going to move a little bit as well. See if he's producing through. Just going to see our siege tank on the way up. The Raven is producing. Another barracks is coming online. And that blink coming through from herO at the moment as well. Just going to get that blink coming up. Observer on the way. Next is producing. Shots fired as the Widow Mine drop does get deflected. It's a good defense so far from herO. So interesting, by the way, as well. I think it actually, I didn't realize this, but obviously on YouTube you can super chat with any currency. But it actually translated it. I think it translated it into the equivalent amount on my on the pop-up message, which is interesting. I guess that makes sense. That's I guess that's kind of cool to see. I guess that saves me from having to usually go and figure it out. It's going to be seeing that charge coming up. A couple probes on the Nexus coming through. So it's going to move up. We are going to blink in. We're seeing Stalk going down. Auto turret will drop into place. Tank will fire. So just see the Observer having to back away. Back toward the middle of the map. So the Observer backs up. Prism and the charge continue through. Again, the Stim Pack and +1 coming about as we speak. So Stalk's gathering in there, +1 attack, Stim Pack on the way up. Have ourselves the, again, charge on the prism continuing through. The additional gates all coming online, so here again, a lot of gateways up and running. Get all those gateways up, you're going to be very well powered. I'm actually going to have a lot of those gates before the Terran player hits the bio upgrades, and I almost wonder if there's an opportunity for herO to do something with that. As this medevac will die, I wouldn't mind will fall. I'm just going to retarget a couple of times. Clem. Yep. Force the other probes away. We'll keep on retargeting. Look at all this lost mining time, all because we've not pulled the probes away properly as herO. Finally, he will have no choice but okay, the unburrow reburrow with the Stalkers nearby was a little greedy, but maybe if the Stalkers weren't there, that would have been nice again. Oh, yeah, funny. Forge gates continue to come up. Stalkers will turn around. Impact combat shield +1 attack all coming up as well. We do have our Robo Bay and Forge coming through. The couple batteries coming about. Marines will get chased away. A few SCVs going down in the main base. The Zealots are going to get active straight away. SCVs pull back into the main. Just going to be seeing the Zealots are going to go and swipe their way through the reactor. Widow Mines not going to go off. More Zealots and Stalkers just warp in again. There's the Robo Bay coming through as well on the side of herO. So going to get that Robo Bay up and running. Units still moving through the center from herO as well. Bio going to get there. Stalker's forced to blink back. Defense in the main base. Clem gets a bigger push going up the sides. We'll try and get across the map here and see if we can have some success. As we're going to come straight across the other side then. Up we go. I mean, there's not a base here or anything. With the Guardian Shield popping, looks as though Clem is not 100% convinced about continuing to commit into this just yet. We do just pull back. The bio stepping forward again. Couple of force fields coming into play. Continue to fire. A couple extra force fields continue to come through, so we go back and forth still. Just gonna see the couple of mules drop down on that third base. Still have an extended thermal lens and +1 attack on the way up as well. Comes through, just going to be seeing the rest of the probes transferring across also. Keep that moving. Well, Widow Mine shots will just fire up. A couple of Zealots getting blown up as well. We continue to bounce back. The medevacs will load and retreat. Still got the Colossus coming. The medevacs getting blinked on. Actually got away there without losses. Clem now is just diving straight into this base on the left-hand side. Pulls back a little bit further. A couple of probes already falling. I'm doing a good job of splitting his army up and forcing herO to have to play a pretty scrappy game and situation at the moment. Is basically where we're at the moment. Gonna see the Colossus going down there as we actually do get through. First Colossus fall, second will live. Clem actually losing a lot of supply suddenly. Good turnaround from herO because it was starting to go a little bit the way of Clem this game. I felt like he was really kind of, pushing out and making this game all about him, but good stop, turn, and steady in response right there. Fire gathers up, a couple of Vikings coming through. Medevac still overhead. 2-2 upgrades and ship weapons coming about. Still got the extra barracks coming in. And Vikings are producing. That Marine will step forward. Command Center is going to move to the 6 o'clock as and the +2 attack and the disruptor continue to build up. 5 additional zealots on the way. We're going to see that CC landing at 6 o'clock in just a moment. In fact, hero's going to get that bottom right base up is a pretty big deal for him, as we're actually going to see hero trying to push up this ramp. Clem stims back, takes a step away now, reassesses and thinks about the idea of re-engaging. The army of hero is still pushing through. It's another disruptor shot. Not really landing on much at all. EMPs go down. The Stalker's taking damage. Now we're going to go chasing Vikings after the Colossus right here. Colossus will go down. A couple more of those Zealots going down. That disruptor shot will fly but not land. Still just going to be seeing this bio continue to give the chase. Another disruptor is going to land just one Marine or two, and the Vikings will continue back across the other side. Clem obviously doesn't want to give the Vikings up. They are going to be important still. Hero continue to build disruptors in the production tab. One Colossus to get rid of for Clem. The disruptor there is actually in the front. Needs to be careful that that doesn't get targeted just super easily. I'm surprised it hasn't died just yet. It does go down now. I felt like that was a long time coming. Hero tries to flank in with a couple of Zealots as Clem is playing the getaway game. Stalker's pulling forward. We drop an EMP and try and target fire some down. As now the rest of the Zealots continue to play the charging forward scenario. +2 armor coming up. Ghost coming in. Marine Marauder, Medevac still all produced now. Bio still pulling out of there. There's a couple of Zealots still getting cleaned up as we go. Another disruptor shot will land on the Marine and Marauders. Units still gathering. 3-3 upgrades on the way up here from Clem as well, so we bring that through. Just having the Medevac going to get overhead. A few more Marines are going to come join up. A couple of shots coming about. Disruptor is going to fire straight forward there as well. So got the Zealot, Immortal, and all the rest coming about here currently. Second's going to land, help play the defense. Obviously, hero, another shove across the map. Is going to actually come with a lot of supply. Clem has to fall all the way back into the gaps and just really play those positions. That's a nice disruptor shot, though, from hero. Clem will continue to try and chase this force down. Another disruptor shot is going to clip a Ghost and another couple of Marines. Disruptor shot's really trying to kick in. Seems like the Ghost nerf doesn't really apply until max supply. Yeah, I mean, kind of what it comes down to, right? I mean, it was not a nerf that was designed to nerf Ghost in the mid stages of the game. Clem is getting overrun, by the way. Hero is definitely looking good. He's got a lot of money behind this as well. Hero has definitely been on the back foot a couple of times in this match, but stepping through and starting to look a lot better. A couple of those Zealots get chased down. Another couple of Zealots coming across as well. CC has landed. Zealots continue to split about. Bang, bang with the disruptor shots. Another disruptor going to try and reach. CC lifts up into the sky. Another disruptor lands just for a Marauder. Another couple of EMPs go down. The disruptor shot. We step forward again. That disruptor goes down. A couple of Zealots again chased about. 3-3 upgrades also producing through from Clem at the moment. So again, the 3-3 on the way. Liberez coming up. Zealot still chasing forward here. The bio goes having to step back repeatedly. Another disruptor shot trying to fly and land, not landing yet. Clem still trying to play the survival game. The thing is, hero has so many bases up behind this. His reinforcements are going to come quickly and in a very good, in a good number as well. So it's going to be quick reinforcements and a lot of them. B3 is about to finish. The lib bio still coming about. Going to head to the bottom there as the planetary is going to obviously help, but it is slowly going down. It will fall. Can Clem get enough out of this? Here it does lose a lot of supply in that attack. I guess the top this Nexus will take some damage. I'll still take the shots. Bayon's going to come through as well, so a few more hits going about. Again, Marine Marauder's still coming in. Disruptor's producing, plus 3 armor's about to finish up. Good EMP onto some of those Zealots as well. We continue to kite back. Loading back up. Now Bio going to come down to the bottom. Going to go grab those Zealots again. Clem, again, just holding and hanging on in there. Just don't think that's... hanging on in there is one thing, but we're not doing much to turn the game around. Gonna see the Bio still stepping through. Just gonna see the battery doing some healing. Zealot Stalker coming about. Disruptor Immortal as well. We continue to charge through. Stalkers will go after the Marine Marauder as well. A few more of those units going down. The Zealots are still wrapping around the rest of that Bio army. Fortress is shooting away at the Zealots as well. Clem supplies down by about 50, and it does look as though herO is gonna find his way into a 2-0 scoreline in this group. It's gonna be a very good place for herO to be at. The Bio does take a chance to step back the other way. Stalker's still being chased. Colossus is going to find a chance to fire up onto some low HP Bio units as well, so that's scary as herO still spending all of his money. 90 probes, allowing him to just throw units at Clem repeatedly. And even run into these planetary fortresses again. They're maybe not the most ideal fights, but they're fights like if you can replace out of them, then it doesn't matter too much. The Zealots get into the front once again. Planetary Fortress is still looking good. Clem still refusing to die. 18 minutes on ley lines. The Liberator siege already. The extra Vikings on the way through. The Ghost of producing Marine Marauder is also still in production. To the bottom side, just going to dive in towards this CC as we have our Stalkers going to blink up. They're going to go after that Liberator. And a few SCVs going down as well. And the Prism has to keep on escaping out of there. Stalkers are going to come back over. One Viking goes down. The Zealots are chasing. And got the Vikings, Marauders, and a Ghost on the way through. A few more probes going down as we speak. I think we've got what we need done. Finally, as herO, as he works his way through the base. A little counterattack. He's going to recall home. I don't know if we need to recall home right now as herO. I think we're in a safe enough position to kind of get away without recalling, but I mean, this was only a tiny drop. I guess to clean this up, you're going to continue across the map so quickly and smoothly anyways that maybe it doesn't matter too much. herO just has every base location with the Nexus on it, so he really can mine for this. Still has 95 probes as well. The income is not a fair fight here as the Zealots continuing to play the wraparound. More Zealots coming through. We'll continue to get into the front. Stalker's taking out some of the medevacs, but going to try and protect the Colossus from the Vikings. Maybe not quite enough Stalkers to do that as Clem dodges a Disruptor shot. Is not going down without a fight at the end here. He's absolutely aiming to battle this as the Bio gets there. The Disruptor goes down. Going to aim for another Disruptor. Colossus still firing through, and the Disruptor on the right side goes down as well. The Vikings going for the Colossus. Zealots still charging forward, and this Bio army is still being chased away. One utterly ridiculous situation. herO has got Clem below 100 supply. This should not be a game. Well, we know that Clem was losing this game for a long time. But man, his ability to not die is pretty spectacular. herO takes a bottom base for himself as well. GG is called. herO is going to take the series 2-1. Kind of, again, another game where, similar to game 1, we kind of knew what the result was going to be for quite a while. It was just actually getting to see that result come to fruition. Finally